The Play's the Thing, with your host, Judy Sleed, and special guest, David Rattiner, journalist. Now here's Judy.
I just never get tired the way he says that. I always think it's Cary Grant waiting for me. So it's okay. We have David Rattiner here. I'm so happy to have this young man here.
Thanks I'm happy to be here.
Very talented young man. He writes a column and then he writes some more and some more. And I was just talking about your latest, which is in this week's Dan's paper, the column you did. You talked about history.
Yep.
And as you were walking this in the house,
yep,
you were wondering who was here like 200 years ago or something. I always do that. I love to wander in old houses and see who was doing what years ago.
Yeah. Well, there are two really interesting pieces of property out here. You're talking about the Henry Rhodes house in Southampton and the Dominie House, I think, in East Hampton. Those are the two?
Yes, it was
yeah, there it is.
right here. Saving 3 historic buildings in East Hampton and Southampton.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're really significant properties. The one in East Hampton is the Dominie House, which is now really one structure, but they're calling it two. But in 1952, they combined it into one. But it was basically one of the first houses for one of the first settlers of Long Island. I mean, they came here. The Dominie family came here as the first people to ever land in East Hampton, kind of a thing. And they had a clock shop there, and they did all kinds of carpentry work, and they had a place right on North Main Street. And back then, you know, if you needed a clock, they were the guys to go to. And they sort of just grew from there. And I forget how it was moved from North Main Street. I'm sure
You
figured it out somewhere. Yeah.
You forgot.
It doesn't stick, you know. It got moved to Cedar Street, where it's remained today in 1950. And the town of East Hampton is trying to revitalize North Main Street. That's where the dry cleaner is, and the bagel store, Hampton Bagels, is over there.
Oh, they have good bagels.
Yeah. I go there like every day.
Should ask him to underwrite the show.
Yeah. Well, it's just interesting because they're thinking about moving the house right back to where it originally was. Back,
yeah, that's what you wrote about.
Back 300 years ago. Or I should probably say 200 years ago. But, so that would be really cool because it would bring in, you know, it would just be another of the many things that East Hampton has to offer for tourists that come in. And
oh, wow, you don't need tourists. I would go. Yeah. I love history.
Yeah,
I love to go there, and as I said, now what these people did here at this particular
yeah, they weren't on their Blackberries, that's for sure. But then the other house, the Henry Rhodes house in Southampton, is really interesting. It's not as historically significant, but it's very significant as far as what's happened from the beginning to the end of the house. That house is located now on I think it's Watermill Lane, or yeah, Watermill in Southampton, and that was actually a court, where the town hall was. It was the town hall in Southampton, and which is actually located right where Saks Fifth Avenue is right now.
Yes, I remember you wrote that.
So if you're in Saks Fifth Avenue in Southampton, you know, you can think to yourself, geez, the last time someone was here, they were paying a horse buggy ticket. You know?
Oh, yeah, I will. I really will. I will purposely go there just so I could feel that.
But I mean, it's just true. I mean, the history of this area is so tremendous. It's just like, it's just outrageous. And you know, and people care, you know, which is really nice. There's this couple, the Stratas. I think it's Robert Strata and
Michelle.
Michelle. But she has a second name, Michelle.
Murphy.
Michelle Murphy Strata. And the house right now is really being used for nothing, and it's a real shame because you know, it's been claimed by experts to be the most accurate and really only standing house of you know, colonial original colonial architecture.
I'm sure there are places for horses and servants.
So what these what this couple is going to do is they're going to buy it, and they're going to turn it. What they want to do is turn it into a business, and they're really open to any ideas, just as long as the code out here is obviously so strict, so they can't.
Oh,
I mean,
that's
at
for
one
sure.
point this house was a brothel, so you can't do that.
Well, you could do that again. That's always
No,
popular.
yeah. In the good old days.
Yeah. So what prompted you to write this on this subject?
Well, we had heard about it, and you know, Dan's papers covers all of the different townships, and so it was a unique story because it had a house that was regarding a historical house in East Hampton and also a historical house in Southampton, which is where our main readership is. So we thought that would be that was one of the reasons why it piqued our interest. And the second reason is just because history, you can write endlessly about history.
Yes.
I mean, you have
And
the
you like
gardeners,
history?
Oh, well, out here it's just so interesting, you know. I mean, my name is I was named after the first settler on Long Island, and then to find out that, you know, there's a house that the first settlers used to live in is just, you know, pretty wild.
You feel that's really good, or is it a burden to carry that name?
Oh, no, it's not a burden
David
at all.
Lyon.
Yeah. People are always confused. Why is your middle name Lyon? They always ask me that. And I'm like, oh, I was named after David Lyon Gardner, you know. But, you know, it wasn't, I guess it's creative, or it's unique, that's for sure. But there was Robert Lyon Gardner, there's David Lyon Gardner, so this was common back then.
Yes. And you once, I read a story you had written that you put a note in a bottle and you traveled.
That was amazing. I can't believe you remembered that. I wrote that like 2 or 3 years ago.
Well, because it was so unique.
No, I was in college.
Yes.
And in 2002, so that's 4 years ago.
Well, that's very good.
Well, that
for me
wasn't
then.
when the article was. The article was written in 2005.
Oh.
But in the spring. But in 2002, I wrote a message in a bottle, literally, on my way. I was really bored, I guess, and I was on my way up to college in Boston, and I was on the New London Ferry. And in the middle of the ride, I went up on the roof, and I had just finished my drink. I think I was drinking Snapple or something. And I wrote this message, you know, like this is, you know, a message in a bottle, and you know, I just kind of said who I was, and, you know, if you ever receive this, you mail it back. It'd be really neat if you did that. And I totally forgot about it. You know, I threw it right into the ocean. You know, it probably would have gotten in trouble for littering, if anything. And I totally forgot about it, and years went by, and all the way up until really I was like a month before I was graduating college, I got this like really mysterious letter in the mail, and it was that note, and it also had another note, and it said it was very simply written, and it said, it was like one sentence long. It was said, read your letter, thought you might want it back. And it was so mysterious because he or she, whoever sent it, didn't leave a return address. And I still, to this day, have no idea who found it. But the return address, I think, was Amagansett, which is kind of a disappointment because I thought it was going to travel, you know.
Oh, so it landed in Amagansett?
So, yeah, I think it was Amagansett, yeah. So.
Yeah, but it still worked.
Yeah,
it still worked.
That's true. But that was a really neat experience. That was really cool.
So you started writing for the paper, for your father's paper from college.
Yeah.
Yes.
The first column I ever did was was right when I graduated high school, and it was the end of the summer, and I was heading off to college, and I was just writing this. I was writing in my journal, and I had just thought it was really funny. It was about my obsession with beef jerky, and because I eat that stuff all the time. It's so bad for you. But I just read it, and I wanted my friend to read it, and he read it, and he said, you know, this is like really funny. You should like get this out there. Mm-hmm. And then so I showed it to my dad, and he just published it. You know, not really thinking, just, you know, whatever. You know, little did he know, you know, kind of what he started. But then the following week, he said, "Did you want to write again?" You know what I mean? He said somebody commented that they read that and they thought it was funny. Would you want to do that again? And then so I said, "Sure." And then I just sent in something else, and it was really just, I mean, in the beginning, it was really just stream of consciousness. You know, I didn't really have any thought at all really into like why people would want to read it or anything like that. It was just kind of something that I was thinking I could do, and then it started. It just started turning into something I really started liking to do, and everybody was telling me like, I really think that that's cool, and I thought it was cool, and then so I just kept doing it. I don't know why I didn't stop. I've been doing it for 6 years now.
I like what you do. That police blotter.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I do that now. I feel so bad because
you're making fun of people.
Well, I don't know if I'm making fun of people, but you know, like I get a letter occasionally from people saying, you know, the crime is serious business and you shouldn't make fun of it. And Dan's is all about the humor and life and art and and just sort of the you know, the human condition really, and we cover the most oddest things. I mean, we go from very serious topics politically to tripping over a curb and how they should fix that, you know what I mean? And it's just totally off the wall, and that's kind of the appeal of Dan's. And you know, if you want to read a serious police blotter, then there's plenty of other newspapers to read. I mean, we don't mention any names or anything. It's just like a guy in East Hampton.
I know.
This happened to him. Isn't that funny?
I love those. I think that's very humorous, really, very clever.
Yeah.
Well, you're not falling far from the tree because your father is very funny.
Yeah, everybody always says that. He's really the king. He knows what he can do is just tremendous. It's nowhere near the. I'm nowhere near his ability. I mean, he's just so smart. I mean, you know, like he knows everybody's name out here. He knows. He went to high school with them. I mean, he's been out here. He's been out here since, you know, the 40s, I guess, when he was born. You know, he was born in '39. So I mean, he's just so wise.
Do you think he would mind that you said that?
What's that?
You think he'll mind that you said that when he was born?
What? I hope not. No, he won't mind.
And where were you born? Here?
Yeah, I was born in Southampton Hospital.
Oh, Southampton.
Yeah.
But you live in Amagansett.
No, I live over in Springs now.
You have your own place.
Well, it's not really. It's like a little separate wing of the house, sort of.
Oh, I don't know why. Oh, that's right. You live in the Springs. Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's something that's very tough out here is real estate. I've been following the affordable housing issue really carefully. It's actually
Do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I have a younger brother, Gabriel, and then I have an older sister, Maya, and an older brother, Adam. And then I have I have a lot of siblings, yeah. It was weird because my dad and my mom separated when I was a kid, and my mom remarried to a guy that had 6 kids.
Wow.
And then they had a kid together. So I can remember being in Springs School or in East Hampton High School, and they said, "Oh my God, another one of you?" They couldn't believe it, like, because you're related to them, So yeah.
So it's, I guess,
All right.
I mean, for me, it will be very hard to keep track of all these relations.
Yeah, it is very hard. Thank God for, email and things like that, because it's just...
So what I would like to know is you have any aspirations what to do with your writing?
Well, I have like 3 projects that I'm working on right now, but it's, that becoming a world famous writer like, the greats is very difficult.
Well,
thing to do.
Are you working on it?
Yeah, I mean...
What are you writing?
Well, right now I'm writing this television show that's basically... it's pretty much done. It's basically the male version of Sex and the City. It's just about 4 guys living in Manhattan. Well, my plan is to give it to an agent and just kind of hope for the best, kind of a thing. And once.
So you like to write for TV?
Well, I self-published a book when I was in college called Away at School, which was pretty much, for the most part, was just a series of columns that I had written, but I tied them together so it was kind of like a diary of, from start to finish, of freshman year of college.
You sold it?
Yeah, they sell. They don't sell out here because who wants to read about freshman year? But they sell in the Barnes & Noble in Boston at my college at Northeastern University.
Is that right?
Yeah, because what happens is parents are really curious about what their freshman sons or daughters are going to be up to, and it's pretty. It pretty much, says it all that happens to you freshman year. I mean, from just about everything, from roommates to exams to going to parties, and even being an athlete. I was on the crew team, so that was a really neat experience. That was really cool.
So you have 3 projects. One is writing this TV story, and what are the others?
Well, there's like everybody says, every writer says he's writing a book.
Well, I'm writing forever, and so far, nobody's asking for my autograph except on my checks.
Yeah, right. Well, the other is basically a book. It's about a guy who graduates college and gets a job in the stock market, and he gets caught up in this whole grand scheme to basically has to do with it's like a thriller.
A thriller?
Yeah,
oh, I love thrillers.
It's basically the owners that he's working for of the business are plotting to blow up a building, which is going to affect the stock price of a certain company. And what their plan is to short sell it, which means if the stock price goes down, then they make money. So I
guess you played the stock market.
Well, I went to business school. Yeah. I took 3 journalism classes in college, and because I had always found interest in journalism, but Northeastern is a well-known, business school, and I just wanted to take advantage of that, and kind of found out early I didn't want to work in an office. Oh, yeah. Or at least a really serious office.
So how far are you with this book?
Which the one about the stock market?
Yeah, the thriller.
Yeah, the thriller. I'm maybe like halfway through.
And you know the ending already?
Oh yeah.
Well,
you figure it out. You figure it out as you go along.
Great. And what's the third one?
Well, I don't know. The third one is I haven't really been putting in too much effort, but it's basically a play.
Oh.
Yeah. So I kind of trying to cover like all grounds. So if they say to me, "No, you can't work in TV," then okay, I won't work in TV. No, you can't work in.
You could do anything you want, really. Did you ever go to the naked stage readings at Guildhall?
Yeah, I've been to one of those before. I really enjoyed during the film festival. I went to all those interviews with the big guys there. There was Kevin Bacon and Kira Sedgwick. They spoke, and then Alec Baldwin spoke, and that was
No,
really
that's
neat.
not the naked stage.
Oh yeah, no, I know. But
I went to one last night, and this you were talking about if the film doesn't work out or the TV, then you go to. Well, this guy who wrote this play is the first play he had written. He used to write movies, so this is the first time he did it. So you could do anything you want.
Yeah.
And over there is just a tryout. You hire these actors, but nothing costs. You know, you don't pay anybody.
Yeah.
But you look at it afterwards and see how it works.
Yeah. Well, I'm in. Sort of an extra. I don't know what I am in this play, but I'm in a play for the Springs Community Theater right now. Have you heard of that?
No.
Well, they're like a small theater group in Springs, and they're going to put on a show, South Pacific. So you got to go. Very important.
Are you in it?
Yeah.
Oh, you are.
Yeah.
So you're also an actor.
Well, I wouldn't say.
Well, this is the play's the thing, so you're in the right place. That's the name of my show.
Oh.
So what are you doing there? You have the lead?
No, not even close. No way.
Are you one of the sailors?
Yeah, just that's it.
Do you sing?
Well, with the group.
There's
I'm not
nothing like a
Not a very good
dame.
singer. Yeah.
Oh, you have to see. I had written a play that I did on the naked stage. It's called Oh, Gregory. I think, yeah, that's the one. And there are 4 guys in there who sing There's Nothing Like a Dame.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious. You have to see. I mean, I taped it. I'm going to show you that segment of it. It's really funny.
No, I'll check it out.
So you are multi-talented, but you haven't decided where you're going to focus in.
No, and I wouldn't say I'm multi-talented. I would just say that there's a lot of outlets in this area for those kinds of things. You know, I mean.
Well, if you don't think you're talented, how would other people know
What do you mean?
that you're talented?
Well, I don't
mean-
know what I'm good at. I've been medium good at everything, I think.
No, you have to say you're good. You have to be convinced yourself you're good. How can you sell yourself if you don't think
Yeah, I guess
yourself?
that's true. Yeah, all right, I'm good at everything.
Yes.
What can I say?
You have a lot of choices. So are you going to be Mr. Dan? You going to take over?
Oh no, I don't think so. I mean, he's not looking to leave anytime soon.
I didn't mean tomorrow or today.
Well, I don't even think in 15, 20 years. I think he'll still be around. Even when he's gone, he'll probably still somehow.
Yes. Well, he's not that old, and he does a tremendous job.
Yeah,
I don't know where he gets his
man.
energy. 5 stories.
Yeah, it's very inspiring. I mean, he likes it, you know, and that's
obviously.
his whole. That's his whole focus with work.
Yes.
So I
It
mean,
is.
that's where everyone always asks him that, and I think you know.
He even sleeps there sometimes. Huh?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it's a very difficult thing to do every week.
It must be.
And especially things go wrong all the time, and you know.
Do you have time? Do you have to make an appointment to talk to him?
You might. No, actually, no. I don't think so. I think he's pretty cool. He's a pretty cool guy.
He is. I know. He was on my
very
show.
nice,
You know
very
that?
funny.
I know, and he's very cute too.
I don't know about that.
Well, no, he was on my show, and I finally saw him smile and laugh. I've never seen him smile before.
Yeah, he's very cool. Very cool guy.
So
Very lucky to have him as dad. Very, very lucky. So that's good.
Well, I guess he's proud of you too.
I hope so. Yeah, he's proud of you. Yeah,
I'm going to ask him.
Yeah. Well,
I'm gonna ask
let me know
him.
what he says. No,
So,
he's very cool. He's very cool.
So right now, besides the police blotter, those funny things you do do a column every week?
Yeah, I do the column every week, and then I usually do the police blotter, and then I do one story, like an assignment, usually assigned by my dad.
Oh, he tells you what to write about.
Yeah, because he's like the creator of the whole thing, and then
You don't get
he doesn't
ideas
do
on your own?
He doesn't do. Well,
Suppose you gave
occasionally
him-
if I get an
Yeah.
idea, on the off chance that I do, I'll run it by him and he'll usually say, I don't think so.
I don't think so. But you could say, but I want to, but I want to.
So, and then I
He's
write
gonna
for,
kill me.
well, I'm the managing editor for the Montauk Pioneer, which is
Oh, yes.
actually the first newspaper that started the whole Dan's.
Yeah, he told me all about the three papers and all
Right.
the long name he was going to give this paper, but then...
Right. He had the Southampton Sun, I think it
Yeah.
was, and then he had the Montauk Pioneer, and then
Mm-hmm.
he had the East Hampton Tribune or something like that. And it was cool because one of my jobs, I've been, in and out of there since I was like 15 in the summers, during the summertime, just working there. And one of my jobs one year was to archive, because we were so disorganized, and my job was to archive all of the old newspapers from the 70s and even the 60s. And I remember reading an article in, I think it was the Southampton Sun, which was what it was called back then, about being born. And that was really weird. That was kind of like a really neat experience. But
Well, would you believe it that the half hour is gone?
no.
It's gone. And there are so many other things I wanted to talk about with you. You are very interesting.
No, thanks.
Young
You
man.
are too.
And, well, maybe if I keep doing this, you could come back and tell me about
Oh, yeah.
more
Anytime.
things. Yes. And now we're going to say goodbye in that camera.
Okay.
I always wave to
All
them.
right.
Bye. Don't forget to tune in next week. We're going to have a lot of interesting guests I had, and I will have. And what else can we say for an encore? We finished. Would you like to dance to this song?
No.
Oh, I love to dance. How about sing?
I don't know.
It says, love me in Paris. I bet you never heard this song before.
No.
It's an original.
Oh, it's cool.
Yeah, a friend of mine wrote it, and another friend singing it, and playing the piano. And she has a lot of CDs.